Right, this is my first ever review, the Pokemon ZA review. So, played the game for over 40 hours, and here's my review on the game itself. What I liked about the game, what I enjoyed was a good variety of Pokemon for me. I loved a bit of nostalgia as I ran a team with Gengar, Gyarados, and Charizard, and Alakazam from Kanto mainly. Tyranitar from the Johto region I quite enjoyed as well, and some of the Kalos Pokemon I did get to experience for the first time as well. It got decent play by me in the story. Another thing I like too, and we are doing that on live on Twitch on Monday nights for my Pokemon nights, is online play with friends in small doses, something different from the Pokemon with a 4-player mode. I would put a note here, would get repetitive if you're playing rank constantly. I think the concept would get boring pretty quickly. Another aspect I enjoyed, I played the game live on my Twitch channel, and for someone lacking in Pokemon knowledge, my viewers were good in terms of filling those gaps, giving me backstory on the game and the X and Y events that happened in the past. The battle system was a very good idea. I've noted down there as well for the review for that. What I disliked about the game, about ZA, the start of the game, I felt the tutorial was far too long. I just feel as though you just need a 10-15 minute introduction in any game for that matter, and then you just have little missions that sort of bring your knowledge up to speed of like the current sort of game, especially in this sort of game. Limitations of being stuck in Lumino City. I felt with any Pokemon game, you should have vast big areas to explore, like just noted, like other games got forests, mountains, deserts. They've got ice terrain. Where was that in this game? Like, I just felt we're just really limited in one area. Small thing, but not having a simple jumping button in certain areas, like scaffolding. Like, why wasn't there not a jump button? Like, you got the glider later on in the game, but I felt as though the jumping should have been sort of incorporated somewhere. Lack of different trainers in the battle zones. Felt sorry for the people grinding the research for the shiny charm, actually, with that. Like, there should have been a lot more trainers in the game. Like, when you went to the battle zones, you just didn't know what to expect, who was in there. There should have been a lot more threats. One thing I noted as well, there were too many pointless side missions. While some of the side missions had a bit of charm to them, and I quite liked them as well. Like the Budu mission was quite a cool wee mission. But 119 side missions were far too much. Maybe 80 side missions would have been around the ideal number. A great example where they could have condensed the missions was with the Scyther that cuts with that lady. You had to do, like, I believe 4 different side missions for this, where plausibly it could have just been one decent-sized side mission. Some of the Mega transformations, what were they thinking, was another point. For example, Mega Stummy and Mega Victory Bell. They weren't very creative and they've been mean because of it. They could have been better designed. Like, some of the Megas are obviously old ones as well. That they look alright and whatnot. But felt they could have done a wee bit better there. I felt the wild zones were a bit lacking in terms of the environment as well. I felt they were placed all around the city, but there were only a few areas where it kind of felt a wee bit different. Like, they felt like you'd go into the wild zone, they just felt like the wild zone that you were just in before. Also felt NPCs could have been moving around in this world with their Pokemon outside the zones as well. Like, they were just sort of standing there. Like, games these days, like the characters, like the NPCs in particular, should be moving around like a certain pattern, so it feels like the world's more immersive and whatnot. Felt we could have gone into some more buildings as well. Like, the lack of not being able to go into buildings is a bit interesting, I felt. The improvements I would like to see with Pokemon games going forward. I'd like them to persevere with the battle system that they just implemented. Great idea, but with certain improvements. Like in battle, I felt it was far too easy to like spam moves and just brute force your way through fights and in the game in general. A small improvement could be to have PP on Pokemon moves where it would be more tactical, like in old Pokemon games, what you'd use, especially in situations where no healing would be allowed. For example, the restaurant battles in this game would have been a lot harder, again, if you had to be a bit tactical what move you use at certain times. You'd have to really plan it out. Pokemon have to move with the times. They need voice acting in certain parts of the game. Like, the dialogue and all that's good to sort of progress the story, but like certain cutscenes would be a little bit more epic if they had like really good voice acting, and it just add a bit more to the game. The overall rating I gave it, I did revise my score. I was going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I've actually given it a 5.5 out of 10. You got to expect more. Like, the games are sort of stuck tried and true to what they are, and that's still a really good experience for people that want to pick up the game and a regular Pokemon people. But for people like me that like a bit more substance to a game, a bit more bit more something in it. Like, I felt as though it needed to deliver a bit more for me. But I will still play these games going forward, and obviously we'll review a game in a year's time, like Wind and Waves, when it releases. So yeah, that is my Pokemon review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that review, to say the least.